You. Well, who remembers that Alanis Morissette song, Isn't It Ironic? Can you give me something? Okay. Well, I have to admit that when I was diagnosed 3 years ago, that's exactly how I felt. My life could not have been going any better than if it had been written for a Hallmark movie. So don't get me wrong. I mean, I had my ups and downs just like everyone else. But I was enjoying great relationship with my children, Dylan and Katie, my daughter-in-law, Janine. And we had just welcomed our first grandchild, Cora, into our lives. Cora's here. Professionally, I was thriving. And one of these sickening stories, after 30 years apart, I married my high school sweetheart. The one that got away, the love of my life. And we hadn't even yet celebrated our second wedding anniversary. We were still very much in the honeymoon phase. And then, boom, the diagnosis. So that was the, like everything's going great. And then guess what? The play was great, Mrs. Lincoln, right? So we quickly grasped the situation and we moved into action. And my introduction to PanCan was through a very special nurse navigator named Deb Olson at St. Luke's. Some of you probably know Deb. And she sent me to the PanCan site. And I found the most important thing ever at the PanCan site, and that was hope. And that kept me going and kept one foot in front of the other. We connected with local survivors like Diane here in the front row, who's such an inspiration. We utilized Patient Central and got a lot of information. It was fantastic. We used Know Your Tumor, and that's how I knew that the treatment I was doing was the right one for me. The clinical trial finder, and also enrolled in a clinical trial with Precision Promise, and that's what I'm doing right now. And all of that is made possible because of the efforts of people like you and events like this, PurpleStride, which leads me to talk about a phenomenon that cannot be underestimated, and that is momentum. And you mentioned it, almost doubling the survivor rate. I call momentum Big Mo. You just absolutely cannot beat it. When I was diagnosed, the survival rate was 9%. And in just 2 years, that survival rate increased by 2%. And so the needle's moving, and it's beginning to really move quickly. That 2% doesn't seem like a lot, but it really represents thousands of lives that are going to make it to that 5-year and beyond mark. And think about that. Those thousands of lives are just the individuals, but compound that by their family and friends and their community. And that 2% represents hundreds of thousands of lives that are positively impacted by what you're doing. So when you have momentum on your side, you keep going, you keep the foot on the pedal, and that's what we're all doing here today. So I'd like to end my comments right where I started, and that is the irony. The irony is that even with pancreatic cancer, I'm still enjoying a wonderful relationship with my family, and our family is expanding. Hi, Nathan. We're so blessed. Cora is now 3 years old and the best little playmate. I'm still working and finding satisfaction in my career. And remember my high school sweetheart? We're getting ready to celebrate our 5th wedding anniversary this year. As a pancreatic cancer survivor, a survivor is what I am. It's not who I am. So life is beautiful, and we have to remember to continue to live it every day. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share these thoughts with you today. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, making a difference, and spreading the message of hope. Thank you.